Well, good morning. It is very early. As you can tell, we've got a lot of rain last night. I think it's just starting to clear up a bit. On this episode of Crossroads Garage, we're gonna take this thing for a legitimate test drive, and whether it blows up or not, we're gonna do a burnout today. It's time. I've got everything fixed, and I mean everything. So the only thing that I'm waiting for is the shroud for the fan. But yeah, let's jump right into this. I'll show you everything that I've done, then we'll get the tools loaded up, and we're gonna make a little test drive to Napa and go from there. And then, like I said, we'll do a burnout. You gotta bear with me. Got about 3 hours of sleep last night total, I think. So I'm gonna be a little rambly and slow, last night. A little rambly and slow this video, but shouldn't be anything you guys aren't already used to. So let's jump right into this. All right, as you guys already know, we've had nothing but complication and problem after problem. I think I've finally got all of them sorted. I'll show you what we're doing. All right. So I don't know if you can tell, actually. Hold on a minute. Let me turn on the light in here. It's still dark. Okay. As you can tell, that does not look the same as that, does it? No. Be very observant of you. It is in fact different, because the timing was not correct on my distributor. I dropped it in a tooth too retarded. Just, along with the rest of the truck. So the other day I thought, that'll take me 5 minutes. I just got to pull it out, turn it around, put it back in. 2.5 hours later, the distributor would still not go back into the hole. A lot of filing and messing around. And while I was doing that, I was sitting right up here. I had 1 foot over here and 1 foot resting on this pulley right here. And while I'm trying to drop that distributor in, all of a sudden I hear psh. And yeah, the bottom weep hole on the water pump just started gushing. So all of my coolant fell out pretty much. And yeah, so after I got done with the distributor, then I went and replaced the water pump. And while I was replacing the water pump, I discovered the wires had fallen off from my alternator, which is actually one thing I forgot to stick back on here. There we are. So yeah, it's fixed, supposedly. Oh, and you want to see something extra cool? Check this out. You guys are gonna like this. This only took me about 3 hours to do. Let me find the right key here. Just drop it right in my lap. All right. Watch my fuel gauge. Doop 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 doop. And it's full. Yep. And it works, but I dropped the tank with a full tank. Could have sworn that this truck had to have been just about on empty when I put the 5 gallons in the other day when we test drove it last week. And so I thought, perfect, it should only have 2, maybe 3 gallons in it. No, and I broke the bolt. Had my knees positioned right under the back of the tank and broke the bolt for the strap. Lucky I'm walking. All right. that's enough chit-chatting today. Let me get loaded up, and we'll do a cold start this morning and get out of here. All right. Look at this. Ta-da! Dome light works. I think I might have showed you that before, I can't remember. I also got my cigarette lighter working, so that's good. You guys are charging. Alright, ready for a cold start? That's not bad. Not bad at all. Gosh, I cannot believe how quiet that power steering pump is. That's unbelievable. I don't know how well you guys can hear this thing. I like it. Sounds pretty healthy, even though it's not. This truck's a really good faker. It looks intimidating, and it's not. It sounds healthy, and it's not. Oh yeah. I gotta run and go grab some water. Alright. Just hang out for a minute if you don't mind. I'll be right back. You never know how much water you're gonna need, so I'm just grabbing all 3. 3 gallons is better than 2 gallons. This thing has an aggressive exhaust leak. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. Sorry for the craziness. I wanna show you this while we're out in the light here. And more than show you, I wanna see for myself, verify that everything is right and nothing's leaking. Never done this before. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's puffing quite a lot of steam, which is a good sign. It means that it's running healthy, and it's doing what it should be doing. I've just never seen it done before. Never seen this truck do it before, so I think that that's a good sign. I don't know. We'll just let it warm up here for just a minute, and then I'll shut it off and and make sure there's no air in the system and top it back off with water. It's gotta wait for this thing to come up to temp. Well, I'm gonna turn it around and get it away from the house because my wife and kids are still sleeping. I do wish I had a dipstick just to verify this thing isn't milkshaking itself. At this point I really don't care. It probably is. Actually, hold on just a minute. I'm gonna pull over here and and wash this windshield off. It's horrible. Just while I wait for this thing to come up to temp. Alright. I'll catch you on the road. Time's holding even. Good oil pressure. 3/4 of a tank. We're charging. Doing 65 at 2,000. Smells a little hot. Don't know why. I think we're in pretty good shape. Of course, every time I say that, it breaks. So let's just pretend like I didn't say that. We're gonna take this little side road here. Ooh. Okay, everybody, calm down for a minute. Singing right along. Uh-oh. What was that? That's not good. What's going on there, huh? What was that? That is definitely not good at all. I'm gonna back in right here. Well, let me go check this out. Well, that was weird. I don't know what all that's about. totally lost power on me. Okay. I'll bet you it's that carburetor. The whole reason I wanted to come up this hill is that you could hear this thing going down the hill. Took my dad for a ride, and he was like, man, sounds like you got the 4th of July in the bed. It was pretty funny. Although, of course, I did fix the timing, so I don't know that it's going to do it as good now, of course. Man, the water temp is still holding good. Too fast. Yeah, it's not doing it anymore. Yeah, there's a little bit. Man, it's idling higher than it was before. I knew I was going the wrong way. Here we go again. I gotta be sucking junk out of that tank. My tank is full of rust. Oh, come on. Doggone it anyways. Alright, well, we'll catch back up here in a minute. Well, guys, you notice anything off there? This was me. I'm not worried about that. That one. That's not good. We have lost our oil pan dealio, but lucky for me, I am at Napa and these guys have everything. Wheel stud. Let's see if we can get that to work. Ugh. Come on, where you at there, bud? I know it's a really funky angle. Huh. Might help if I use my hand that knows what's going on. Okay. I know you can't see. What is happening? I'm gonna fight with this for a minute. Can't do this with one hand. Okay. Well, I think that ought to work. It's good and tight. Pretty sure we're bottomed out there. Just drop that on my face. That's one thing I didn't think to bring was oil. Oh yeah, that's good and tight. I'm sure I'm bottomed out there. Boy, I don't know when that happened. It's not good. Hopefully it fell out recently and whatnot. I have been keeping an eye on the oil pressure, so I don't know. I haven't seen it drop, so I think we're all right. That's exciting. All right. I'll catch back up with you guys in a minute. That's not a good sign. All right. Let's get this show back on the road, shall we? This is starting to take too long. Nothing like a little roadside maintenance. We'll do this first. Have no idea where my oil level's at. I figure with as much as it leaks and losing that plug, might as well just go ahead and overfill it a little bit. At least it basically changed its own oil, so there's that. And I was thinking too, I'm not entirely convinced it's the carburetor that's giving us a problem. I'm looking at this lower filter, same one I was looking at yesterday when I was doing the water pump, when I should have done it, when everything was out of the way and it would have been really easy. And that lower, thanks, have a good one. Jason's got to take his daily and starting to have some troubles of its own. Like I said, it's having timing problem and exhaust manifold and some sort of a sensor, I think. Anyways, to get back on topic here, that lower filter is looking pretty crusty already. It's I didn't change it when I did the engine swap, which, you know, looking back on it was probably not the right move. But that's what you do. You just, oh great. Oh, this Lucas stuff is nasty. And I'm making an absolute mess. Goodness. Let's grab my door handle with Lucas all over my hand. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and change the filter in the parking lot while we're here and see if that'll work. And see if we can get our oil pressure to come up even a little bit more. Okay, boys and girls. Now, I'm legitimately very late and in a hurry, but I've got it fixed, I think. Pretty confident. I just lost my fuel pump. So we'll see if we even make it out of the parking lot. Pretty confident that my old fuel filter was so plugged that oh man, just a minute. I gotta scoot this seat back forward a little bit. I'm too short. There we are. Anyways, fairly confident that it wiped out my pump is what I'm trying to say. There we go. That was a little burnout. Okay. Well, there's some little burnouts. Actually, that one was pretty good. I don't want to beat on it too hard till I figure out what all is going on. My oil pressure definitely came back up, so that's good. There we are. Oh, come on. Third gear. There it is. My transmission's really starting to have problems. Well, at least third gear. It's just sticky. Oh boy. Alright, I don't know that we're gonna get a real good burnout today, guys. I'm sorry. I know I keep promising, but this truck is it's just not ready. Things keep falling apart and breaking and not working properly. And I don't know how long or if this fuel pump's gonna hang on. And with it dumping oil all over the place all the time, it just makes me a little nervous, you know what I mean? I do need this truck to do the move. I might just have to take a rain check, but I will do a nice good brake stand burnout. I will. I need to do it. I want to do it just for me even. I know I've been promising you guys I'd do it, so it needs to happen, but I need this truck for moving first. I'm trying to be responsible, even though it's not really in my nature. Alright, we'll do a nice little downshift and hit the speed limit here. There we go, it's 70, which is not the speed, allegedly. And the water pump's already making noise too. I don't know what that's about. Alright, we're home. And everything seems to be working alright. It's actually running really cool, which is impressive. It is way, way smoother. Let's see if our plug stayed. Yeah, it's still in there. That's good news. Man, honestly, listen to how quiet this thing is. It's amazing. It's almost like all the kinks are finally starting to work out. This is concerning though. Just let it burp a little more air out. It's not even that much. Listen to that. That is impressively smooth. Slight miss, I think. I can't tell if it's a miss or if it's just an exhaust leak. That dirty enough for you? That's why I'm concerned about my fuel pump. That is no bueno. If I'd have thought about it, I would have put one up in that piece of, or that length of hose that I put on the top of the tank for the feed there. I should have put a filter back there if I'd have thought about it, but I didn't. So this is a little loop-de-doo that we made. I extended the hose down there and brought it up. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely no fuel at all. I am concerned. Might just need to, oh, there's a trickle. That's about all I'm getting though, which is not a lot. It's a little concerning. I'm just gonna have to order an electric pump off of Amazon and do that, I think, just so I've got it here in case this does actually go out. Alright, well, I know this isn't a long or a super exciting video. I am really sorry about the burnout. This thing is just too many issues. It's running now for the moment. I need to at least attempt to move it because, as you can see, I have a ton of junk and cars and parts and all the rest to get out of here, and I cannot risk not having a truck. I finally got it running, and it's running pretty dang good at the moment. I just need to count my blessings and use it for what I got to use it for, and then I will. Got a tail. And then I will actually start beating on it a little bit. There's a lot of good trails up to where I'm moving, so that ought to be real exciting. We're gonna thrash on this a little bit. I'm hoping to get the front axles fixed on this, or the U-joints for the front axles, and actually do a little bit of off-roading and some hill climbing and some trailing. Apparently there's several good spots, like less than a minute drive from where we're moving. So I've got big plans to actually start doing some fun stuff. Man, listen to how throaty this thing is. It's just running like a champ. That is awesome. It actually is really sounding better than it ever has. Yeah, it's good. Let's see if everything's still working in here. Look at that. That's, oh, my bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Everything's holding where it should. All right, guys. I'm gonna end it out here. I'm sorry it's a short video, and we didn't really accomplish a lot, but we had a very, very successful test drive and got a couple of more issues buttoned up. got the oil leak fixed and it capped off with some good Lucas, I don't know, oil additive, thickener stuff, whatever. And new fuel filters. It's not my carb, thank God. And yeah, we're done. I'm gonna stop rambling. I will see you guys next Saturday. Try to get some things done. Maybe have a little bit more fun, see if we can't do something. I'm not sure what next week's gonna bring, honestly. I haven't been able to plan my videos out like I was, so I'm not sure. Don't know if it's gonna be the truck or what. In fact, it probably will. Probably next video is gonna be the new fins and shroud. Wire that stuff up. Hopefully that'll work good, and potentially a new fuel pump. But yeah, we will catch you guys next Saturday. Hope you all have a fantastic week, and we'll see you then.